Hello, welcome to My Startup TV. I'm back again with another episode of Founder Talk Show. 9 out of 10 Indian cities are part of, when you talk about the global average, 9 out of 10 Indian cities suffer from air pollution. Now, this translates to about 55 million people suffering from chronic pulmonary disorder, and about 40 million people suffer from asthma in India. Now, this is no more an environmental challenge. It has actually become a public health crisis. Now, what's happening? What can be done? Well, there are climate warriors who are building solutions to address this very problem. Today, my guest is Rabindra Pratap Singh, who's the founder of Clairifier Ecobreath Technologies. Ravindra, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for this opportunity. So it's a wonderful opportunity for me to represent the all the global warriors of climate tech on your platform. I'm very excited about this show.
Ravindra, before we start, why don't you paint the picture of what is the crisis, in for India in particular and for the world, when you talk about, all kind of, because of the air pollution, the diseases that people are, or the challenges people are facing in urban India.
So the biggest problem, I would say that for right now, we are thinking about glo- global climate change and all those things like glacier, melting of glaciers, and rising sea water level. But the one of the most major issue is right now is air pollution, and we take it for granted. The issue is like we think that air is still a luxurious, air purification is still a luxurious for the most of the people. Because for the wealthier people, they have purifiers at their home, they have at the office in the car. But what about the people who are middle class or they are walking on the street or sitting in the garden in an outdoor air environment? So I saw this issue like every year, 1.7 million people die in India because of air pollution. This is not just an Omni report; it's a Lancet report and one of the most precise report and specific precise report by the global research organizations. So when we're talking about global, it's approximately 11 million people are dying because of air pollution, and it causes the heart issues, respiratory issues, allergies, and all the diseases. So I think that when we are talking about air pollution, the as you mentioned, 9 of the 10 cities in India are polluted, most popular polluted. So the when I compared the whole AQI data, air quality index data, what I observed was like world's top 6 cities from the most polluted are from India. like Ghaziabad, Delhi, then Mumbai as well, then Bangalore. So this is a major issue for everyone who are living. And the problem when we are talking about air pollution, the government are taking steps, no doubt, but they are not able to do is purify it. They have smoke towers installed, like in government installed in Delhi. They installed an 10 crore rupees purifiers for an outdoor purifiers. But the issue was after 6 months, the results were negligible. There were no specific output which should be like purified output of air should be coming out from. This was a major issue. And one thing we can say in India, in the top of the region, like the northern side, there are the area which is already there. I can't be purified always because in Mumbai region there are sea coast, there are oceans. So the polluted air gets what we can say is dispersed. But when we're talking about in Delhi, at the above there is an Himalayas range. Then at their side, the farmers are burning crops. Then other industrial power sectors and all those factors plays a major role in the air pollution. So, like 52% of the pollution from the whole India comes from the industrial areas and the power plants. Then 8% of the domestic uses, and 21% of comes from the automobile emissions, etc. So it is a major role. And when we say that if we substitute the electric vehicles while a diesel car with the diesel cars and the petrols, it will reduce the air pollution. But as by research, it can't just it will change the lithium batteries or the all the batteries which are used on the it will create an impact pressure on the environment, industrial and power sector. And the ratio, which is 51% to 52%, it can go up by like 10% more. It can go to 61, even 71% as well if we come switch to the electric vehicle, because it is good. The concept of electric vehicles is quite good, but it will create a collateral air pollution damage as well with the another sources and resources. So it is a major
Well,
issue right now.
That
Rabindra, that
is
is
a lot of data that you've given us. It's even to get all that data into you. It's a quite a challenge. Now let's take a step back and understand your journey as an entrepreneur. What got you into it in the first place? How did you? I mean, how? Firstly, what got you as to take up entrepreneurship instead of looking for a job, and then you already had double 2 degrees, one in physics, one in data science, and you decided to use that instead of looking for a job that would come by. Instead, use climate technology, put your resources, your strategic thought process into building a startup that is around climate and climate tech. So for the benefit of the viewers out there, many of us subscribers or viewers are aspiring entrepreneurs, young innovators. So for their benefit, if you could share your journey of how did you get into entrepreneurship and why specifically did you pick environment?
I did my bachelor's in physics in 2019, and then in 19, then to 2020, the corona came, and it was literally a very difficult situation at that time. And I have a problem of allergy, a dust allergy. So when I was working, I wanted to build something for the people who are suffering from the allergies, because a day I went to one of the nearest to retail shops for the like a chroma store and asked them for an air purifier. And it's before lockdown, it's before the corona. So the costing was near about 20,000 to 25,000. And as we know, as a middle class people or a middle class, when you are from a middle class background family, spending a 25,000 rupees on a purifier is quite difficult because the salaries and everything of our parents, and still I was a student, I wasn't doing any job. So at that moment, it was I have the problem, but still, what is the another solution for this purification? And it's costing 20,000, 25,000, even 30,000. So I think the Dyson purifiers are near about 1 lakh rupees. So it's it's very higher prices. So I came back and I thought that I am facing the same situation. I'm facing the problem of air pollution and respiratory issue. And what about the other people who can't afford purifiers? So because the wealthy people they have, as I mentioned, wealthy people have purifier at their home, in their car, in their offices. But what about the people who are blue collar peoples or other people who are working or walking on the street or sitting in the garden? So at that problem, I which thought that why don't I should create a purifier? I should build a purifier for the everyone. It should be affordable. It should be a universal design. And it's all the how my journey started. And I was in my bachelor's for first year, and I think I remembered the month as well. It was of October 2019. And then after 6 months, the lockdown came. 5 months, the lockdown came, and everything was shut down. So I got a time for doing research because I come from a research background, not an engineering background. So since I have a bachelor's in physics, so I started working on that. It took like 3 years, 2.5 years to actually come up with an product or idea which can be implemented very easily and at a vast level because purifiers, outdoor air purifiers are already in the market. There are a large number of air purifiers in the market. But the issue is they are very difficult to be implemented by the government or by the private institutions or companies, corporates as well. The thing is affordability and the implementation self-cleaning, the cleaning mechanism. Because every time, if you have, I think if you were having a filter, so then you have to be clean after every month or every 2 months. So it causes the increase of the filter cost and everything, or annual maintenance cost. So this was a major issue with this industry. So I thought that why don't I should build a purifier which can clean itself. So the self-cleaning filter. So I started working on it. And then one day I was standing. Actually, before that, I was used to work as even during my college time. I used to work as an Cadbury promoter at one of the shops in Mumbai near Thane. So I was standing there, and that time Elon Musk, the carbon capture challenge was started. That whoever will building some technology on the carbon capturing, he will be giving $100 million to that idea. So I thought that maybe why don't I should create something like this. I was just standing there at the outside of the shop and saw our trees, which already we have. The trees are people are walking aside of that, but the whole purification or air purification is at the top, the greenery part where the leaves are, where the branches are. So I thought that why don't I should create a product which should be installed on the top of the street lights or the other places. So the people should not have any problem with because in metro cities the purifiers or any product if you are installing it needed existing like a big designs. They are very big structures, like 4 meter, 5 meter of structures, and it since in metropolitan cities it is very difficult. So why don't I should create something for a high area, like a height? And this is how all it started. And this is what then I in 2020 2022 my project like the research was done completed, and I started. So there was a SIA exhibition. It's a creative ideas innovation in action. So it was organized by the Marshall Foundation, who is which is a volunteer this company, and he organized it, and I presented my idea with my college, help of the college. I was in RV College, Ram Vijay College in near Ghatkopar, Mumbai. So then I thought that I should take it to the exhibition. They gave me the opportunity and presented it, and I got the Best Innovation Award 2023 by the SIA. So it's this is how that I got a validation that my idea is working. And since I was from a research background, I didn't have knowledge of engineering. Then one day I thought that maybe why don't I should create my own cell. The product should be created by me. If I will give any other people, any other engineer, he will create it. So why don't I should create it? Because I know the problems, I know the issue, I know the every part which can be helpfully like implemented very well. So I designed the whole structure. And then I got the grant from the government to build my product. It was by the Ministry of Electronics and IT. So I think the government is taking a lot of initiatives in helping the startups nowadays, from a Startup India Seed Fund to METI funds to the Pras Fund. These funds are one of the most important thing for the startups who are into any category, hardware category or other they are in service industry based. Government is taking a lot of initiative, and this is how I got one of the grant, and I built the product. Later, I presented it by India to Russia BRICS Summit at as a green tech startup booster program. I was one of the top startups selected for the green tech category. So I presented there, and the Russian government and the Indian government both were present. So they pretty loved this idea, and they wanted to implement it at a vast level because our product can be implemented very easily, depending on the design. So I have patent on that on the self cleaning part. So this was the whole journey, and then I got some grants and the funds from the Ministry State Skill University, Maharashtra State Skill University, as well as the Nidhi Prayas, Department of Science and Technology, DST. So it has helped me, and as well as many startups which are into this field. And one thing I would like to mention is that government of Maharashtra has also taken a Cornell Maha 60. It's a program by the government of Maharashtra and Cornell University, Ivy League University. So this is how I got a very better clarity on my business that while attending this accelerator program. It was Cornell Maha 60 accelerator program, and it really helped me to understand the whole business perspective because I come from a science background. And as since I am entering into a commerce and a business, it is very difficult for me as a science background student or a person. So it has helped me very much.
So you had a exciting journey, isn't it? Since you
Started
started
off
off.
that corona happened, which gave you opportunity to do some research, and then one after another, you got grants, you got recognition, and also you represented India at BRIC summit in Russia. Now, for the benefit of the viewers, could you explain what the product does, what the product is all about? Is it an indoor product, outdoor product? Is it meant for individual users? Is it something that you said, can be put up on top of street lights? If you can just take us through, explain the product or the solution itself.
Problems. What are the problem with this air purification industry? So everyone will get a better idea on that how it can be solved by any one people or what how we are doing it. So the problem with this air purification industry is that it is first of all it's unaffordable. Like it's an affordable for the wealthy people because while we have an indoor air purifier, it ranges from 15,000 rupees like a Xiaomi or a Philips to the 1.5 lakh rupees of license it purifiers as well. And outdoor, it costs like for the government or of institution, it costs 10 crore rupees. So the pricing is the most important factor for this. So that's why still its air purification is a luxurious product, we can say. So after that, the problem is range, how much area can it cover? Usually the purifiers, like the government, as I mentioned, government installed a purifier of 10 crore and it was a capacity as a 1 kilometer. But since air is moving randomly, the polluted air, we can't control it. So we need a distributed solution instead of a centralized solution. This is what Clarifier is all about. It's about a distributed solution. Then the other problem is extensive design. The already product in the market are very big, like 50, 60 foot and even 20 foot or 10 foot. So depending on the implementation and the solution where it needs to be installed. And then the most important problem is self this maintenance, high maintenance. Because if you are having an, if you, I think the customer, the viewers will having the understanding that if they have a purifier at their home, it will cost near about 2,000 to 3,000 rupees every 6 months. In every 6 months to change the filters, and it is very high cost. So, and the same goes with the government as well. It costs near about 10,000 to 20,000 rupees every month for a purification, this cleaning of the high maintenance of the filters. So this was the major issue with this industry, and I observed it. I saw this. There was a gap in this sector. How we can build a self-cleaning air purifier? The filter should clean itself. And the second thing, multi-layer filtration system. That it should whatever be the particle size. If it is 50 particulate matter, 100 particulate matter, it doesn't matter. The if it is having the AQI of 300, 400, even 600, it should filter the every particles, even if bacteria and viruses as well. So this is how filters. We have a multi-layer filtration which purifies the first high particles, then the electrostatic precipitators which are used in chemical industries to capture the 2.5. Because as a human, the most as a the worst particulate size is 2.5 for a human being. It enters to in our alveoli and into our blood streams, and then it blocks it, and it causes asthma and allergy. So it purifies the every particulate matter which can enter into that, and at the last it's HEPA, which is used in medical grade. So it's a technical in a technical word, it is the most of the highest high-fi high-tech filtration system which we have used. Then the maintenance of the self-cleaning feature is an advantage to the other products which are already in the market. And after the purify, you get this pure air. It can be installed in manufacturing plants, then at roads, in corporate campuses, in office. So we have a smaller unit as well for 101,000 square feet. So this was the whole product which we designed.
So at this stage, where
I
are
mean,
you? I
have you
mean,
installed these products? And if you have installed, where, I mean, are they limited to just one city or multiple cities? And how's been the feedback in terms of its performance? You said, government set up a 10 crores project and it was not all that successful. So compared to when you compare with that, what has been this, outcome of your product?
We installed our one of the product in Somaya Institute. It is in Mumbai, Somaya Institute. And then it's in there was tested. We had a demo at MSSU iSpa. It's in Maharashtra State Skill University, and it has a ITI college in Mukurla, so near Mumbai in Mumbai. So in those two places, we installed our product. We got a good reading. The air quality, which was like 250 above, 250 AQI, we brought it near about 100 AQI in an open air. Because if we have an air purifier in our home, have to clear, shut the whole windows and doors, everything. So the outside air should not be coming inside while they contaminate contamination. So this can create so that's why how our product we can implement in outdoor environment. It can purify an area of 2,000 square feet to 3,000 square feet. So it's a very big area, and we implemented it, we tested it, we got a good report on that, we created a good report on that. So these two places was the one of the most impactful for the because the students in both of the institutions, so my institute is a college as well, and ITI there are students have to build while as a project or this is a curriculum for an ITI colleges. So we tested our product there at that place, and it was quite good. It was showing the results. The data was quite good, like 250 AQI, 300 AQI to near about 100 to 80 in an open air. So it was a now we have developed our product, and we are in a conversation with the government, municipal governments, corporations as well, like BMC and Pune Municipal Corporation, Thane Municipal Corporations to install our product. We also Johnson and Tata Technologies, Tata Motors as well. So this is how we are working on this idea.
and all of this solution, which is
Patented,
patent.
obviously. Do you manufacture them in-house, as in with your own infrastructure, or is it outsourced? And what is the scope going forward for your, startup in terms of, both in terms of rolling out a solution like this, especially in cities like Delhi and North India, where the crisis is quite, it is a difficult situation there, and then what kind of impact it can bring to overall health of Indian environment.
Uh, First of all, like the when we are this pollution factors and all this, government is taking a lot of initiatives. And in the, like Delhi government, we had a conversation with the Delhi government, and they wanted to install our product. So as I mentioned, the problem was the centralized solution. So we have proposed them for a distributed solution. We are proposing them for a distributed solution to install the 10 to 15 units in even like the 650 units near about in 1 to 2 kilometers. So it can be reduce the costing as well as the area capacity will be high. So this maintenance part, it will be reduced, and the people who are living in that area or the environment can get a pure air in that. And yeah, so this is how we are working. So can you repeat the point which you?
I said, do you manufacture all of these in-house or do
Yeah,
you outsource them?
yeah. So we actually, since as a startup and we are bootstrapped till now. We have got the grants and we have got the bootstrap. So like for outsourcing is the major is the best option for us because we don't have lot of amount money to invest into the factory machineries. So what we do, we partially we outsource our this product design and manufacturing, like the CNC. We work on CNC metal. It's a metal sheet. So there are a lot of already manufacturers, local manufacturing. So it's a made in India product, 100% made in India product, and we are supporting the local businesses and the manufacturer as well. So, and our the major part, which is the self cleaning, we design by our own self, we manufacture by our own self. It's we have our own facility where we manufacture it, and but the other part, the outer design, is manufactured locally. So it's out because uh, outsourcing is the best option for an right now. I think for a startup and any startup which are into this field, I think outsourcing is the good part to that.
Viewers, we are in conversation with Rabindra Pratap.
Singh, who's the founder of Clarifier Ecobreath Technologies, a startup that is working towards, which has built solutions, patented solutions that provides distributed solution for improving air quality in cities. And Ravindra has won multiple awards and grants that has helped him since he started his journey. So Ravindra, what's the vision for you going forward, or what's the vision for your startup going forward in next 5 years?
And this is a good question, really. So we, as a clarifier, we want to take this our project of the self cleaning to every indoor as well as for outdoor and air purifier. We want to introduce. Actually, we are going to introduce like in next year. By the next year, we will going to introduce indoor as well as for outdoor. Right now, we are only catering in outdoor because it's the best market for us right now. Because there are corporate CSRs, there are governments who want to solve, like India is mentioned in COP26 that we need have a pure global. We need to tackle the global air pollution, the global climate change. So this is a major support which we are getting from the government. And I think that in next 5 years, I would say that I want to capture the indoor outdoor market because there are very few competitors into this market. So, and I would we would love to take those shares, maximum shares in the market. So, so the most important thing is impact. What we want to create for the people who are living at the local places environment with the high pollution areas. So impact is one of the most important thing for us. Not the profit, not the sales, but the impact. Because we need to help the people who are suffering from the respiratory issues and without purifier. So we are actually next probably next 6 months we will be also giving free away of some purifiers for the people in the high free demos and free trials to the people. So it can create a huge impact to the people who are humans, which are or animals which are already there in the area or near forest or any other places.
Ravinder, we wish you all the very best because our lungs depend on your success. So we want you to be successful, come up with great solutions that can improve air quality and help us human race.
Go through this. We've already seen during Corona how difficult or how dangerous it is if your lung collapses. So thank you very much for your work. And Ravindra, before I let you go, uh, My Startup TV or a media house, we are a dedicated media platform for startups like yours, entrepreneurs like you. We carry, stories, views of startups, entrepreneurs like yours. What do you think about the kind of work we are doing?
Uh,
What
the
do you think about the work, the kind of work we are doing as my
You're
startup
doing
TV?
absolutely great. I am very inspired. Actually, I have subscribed this my startup TV from like in about 2 3 months. I had a conversation. I saw with my friends. I had a conversation with my friend that how impactful your my startup TV is into the startup ecosystem of India, and I'm very excited about it. Uh, and I love to see your magazines as well, and the YouTube the channels and all the founders show. And I thought that I would love to have a conversation with you on this platform. It's a really great pleasure for an opportunity for me to present it here.
And
It was an honor to host you on our show, especially when you're working to save our lungs. So thank you very much for being on our show, and we hope to see you again. We do dedicated shows on climate, and we want you to come over on the show on some of the panel discussion. Definitely, we look forward to that.
So much for this opportunity and giving me this opportunity for the future of the panel. And I'm very excited about it. Thank you so much.
thank you. Viewers, that's it for the day. And
You want
if
to
you
hear
want to
such interesting conversation with founders, thought leaders, do join us every day, 4 to 6 p.m. for a live show on Founder Talk. Thank you.